Hello, my name is Oliver Burkeman and I'm the author of the book Help. This book is meant to be a journey through the whole of the world of self-help, books, motivational seminars, workshops, self-improvement CDs, the tips and techniques that we're deluged with every day, really to try to find out what was absolute nonsense, and among all that nonsense, what might be the things that worked. I think I came to the whole idea of self-help with very mixed feelings. I think of myself as a smart and non-gullible person, like most of us do, and I was really struck by how much nonsense and scam artistry there seemed to be in that world. But at the same time, I think, if I'm being honest, I wanted some of what it promised, because who doesn't want to be a bit happier, a bit more productive, have slightly better relationships with people, and so I was very much motivated to try to find out whether behind all that cheesiness and cringeworthiness there were actually some useful tips hanging around. So I took a deep breath and waded through it all. The book covers all the areas that the self-help world covers, everything from the general question of how to become happier through to relationships, social life, work, how to get more done, how to be more organized. And I think one thing that I really came across was this very unhelpful message that we get all the time from all sorts of quarters, that if we want to make changes, they've got to be absolute, perfectionistic, overnight. Books with titles like Transform Your Life in 7 Days, Transform Your Life in 15 Minutes, or a CD I spent some time rather frustratingly listening to called Instantaneous Personal Magnetism. I think I came to value much more the advice that was embracing of imperfection, that accepted incrementalism and a sort of down-to-earth, realistic approach that said the way to make some of these changes is not to be absolutely perfectionistic, not to expect overnight transformation, and not to throw in the towel the moment your positive thinking scheme happens not to work out. There is an awful lot of this industry which is absolutely hilarious and not deliberately so. Gurus and motivational speakers, people holding stadium events where you have to walk across hot coals because it'll prove that you create reality with your thoughts and you won't burn your feet, that are absolutely ridiculous. But that there's also some really good advice which seems really cheesy and corny and which you might reject if you think of yourself as a skeptical person, and yet actually increasingly there's research that shows that it works. I'm slightly embarrassed to admit that for some time I've been keeping a gratitude journal, making a note every so often of things that I'm grateful for. It's the kind of thing I would never have imagined that I would end up doing, but the fact is there's very good research backing to show that it works, and now I've got personal experience to suggest that it works too. I'd hope that this book is both for people who've read a lot of self-help books, but also for the kind of person who's never touched one, who's appalled by that very idea, but who's just looking for a way to get their email inbox under control, or sort out the clutter in their home, or find a better way of relating to their husband or their wife or their boss. The world of self-help is a really, really strange one, with many very strange people, but there is some useful stuff hiding there too. And so I'd hope that this book, in a modest and down-to-earth and non-perfectionistic way, would help you become slightly happier, slightly more successful, and get a little bit more done.